Yo, what is good, people of YouTube? Just got a comment request on my reaction to Justin Bieber's Apple Music Changes interview. I've decided to divide the reaction to this interview up into 3 parts just because it's so long, so people can choose to just watch a specific part of the interview, the middle, the end, the beginning, whatever. But I'll react it to, it's about the first 15 minutes, then I'm gonna do the next 15 minutes, and then the last like 13, 14 minutes. The first part was super great. He's talking about his faith and relationship with Jesus Christ and God, and yeah, once again, just want to soak up as much knowledge as I can. Bieber's lived a lot of life in the short amount of time that he's been on this earth, and he's seen a lot, and he's gone through a lot. He's experienced so much, and like my buddy talked about, it's good to learn from your mistakes, but it's even better to learn from other people's mistakes. So that's what I'm trying to do with this, and sharing, you know, my perspective and what some of my takeaways from this, and stick along for the journey. Let's do this. Let's get into this together.
It's 2020 going forward into a new decade, and I think about from 2008-9 when it first started for you right through. I mean, you worked nonstop, and that was a decade in full visibility of the world.
Yeah, I definitely have grown up in front of the world.
Grown up in front of the world, bro. Insane.
But, there's nothing.
Zoo animal lifestyle,
just
bro.
Even thinking now, what we're doing right now is we're building relationship.
Mm-hmm.
What you and I are doing right now, we're building trust. We're building, you know, this isn't just, I mean, people will see this and look at it as an interview, but what we're doing is we're just 2 men sitting down talking about life and the human condition. So when you first started,
bro,
you said
Bieber's
that,
very
I was
mature,
like,
bro.
Okay, this is gonna be good.
Well, for me, you know, music comes from somewhere.
Right.
And we always have to remember that maybe it comes from this youthful naivety and this desire to escape something. And then you get out there in front of the world, and then it comes from a place of wanting more of it.
Yeah.
And a desire to continue to fill this kind of bucket.
Right.
Because it tastes good, all this stuff in there.
Yeah.
There's this energy, this attention, this fame, right?
Yeah.
It validates you.
Exactly. I mean, just think about how young I was and so impressionable. And you have everybody telling me how awesome I am at all times. You know,
ego.
It was just insane.
Swell.
So it's like, how do you?
It is insane, bro.
It's like taking a kid and putting a kid in a room with a picnic table full of nothing but sweets,
Right.
and just saying, "I'll be back in 2 days."
Exactly. And I'm glad you said that, because it's like, I just want people to understand, like, and get that perspective of like my life, because I think there's a lot of people, you know, that just have this, I'll see comments and stuff, and I really try not to read them, but I find myself in a wormhole sometimes.
Sure, it's human nature.
But just seeing, like, you know, me talking about my issues or my problems and stuff, and they're like, oh man, cry me a river in your Rolls Royce, you know what I mean? It's like, I want people to kind of understand the, you know, the psychology behind why I potentially could have, you know, problems in my life. So yeah, thank you for being here.
Tears are different when you're crying in a
story.
Rolls.
I mean, I like to
Nah, they're
go
the same.
there.
I'm kidding.
It's my thing.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
I think it's important, not just for me, it's about trying to get information that helps break down the stigma that artists should be grateful for everything that they have.
And they are.
We should be grateful for everything we have just when we wake up every morning with our eyes open for obvious reasons.
Exactly.
But artists go through their own struggles, and I think that we need to acknowledge and accept that.
Thank you for saying that. Thank you.
When did the fire to make music come
Very
up?
humble guy.
Because
humble.
to pick the timeline up again, it's you're off tour, and you realize that you still haven't dealt with certain things, right?
Yeah.
It's 2017, and did you get hit again? Were you slammed again by these kind of unresolved emotions and feelings? And did you have questions when you came off tour that you still didn't have answers for?
I got off tour, and yeah, there was this feeling of unresolved things in my life. I took the time to resolve some things in my life, some relationships, get some healing.
Did you go to therapy?
Work through some healing, yeah, I did. I think it's important that we express our feelings and find that place. I think a lot of people.
It's 2020, man.
One time, I
talk about your
Who
feelings.
is this person to give me
Open
advice?
up to people.
You know, like, what does he
all
know
good.
about?
It's
And
manly. It doesn't matter.
I've just grown to mature past that and just know that, like, it's helpful.
When did you realize that it was time for you to reconnect with Hailey, and that you had gotten to a place when you knew that
Great question.
you could potentially pursue something substantial?
I just felt there was a lot of resolution in my life. I'd seen her at an event, and I'd seen her with a baby, and something just clicked, and it was like,
Motherly,
wow,
bro.
she's the one.
There's something about a chick being a good wife and a good mom. Well, obvious, there's something to it. It's like, that chick can hold the house down. That chick can raise a family. Like, really important stuff. Aside from, like, the female being, like, you know, a smoke show. Like, what comes after that? Because we're going to get old. And, you know, there's more important things behind a pretty face and a good body, you know? So, I need me a wife, yo.
I kind of decluttered some of my past, and I was able to see really clearly. And I just seen her across the room. She was holding a baby, and I just seen the nurturing look in her eyes toward this baby. And I was like, I want the mother of my children to look at a baby the way that she was, and she just, the way she was carrying it.
Yeah.
I just seen something so special, and I just was like, I want that. And I knew that she could offer that to
I
me.
want a good mom.
Yeah.
To my
That's a great
good mother to
story.
my children.
Thank you.
How quick was it after that?
It was,
seemed pretty quick.
It was very quick. It was a couple months later, I popped the question, and then it was a couple months later, we got married.
Were you nervous before you popped the question?
I was. I mean, that's a big commitment. And my parents were never married, so I never had that.
I didn't know
I never
that.
got to see what that really looked like. So I'm like, can I even do this? Do I even know what it looks like to do this? But I just felt like God was saying, I'll show you. You know, I'll show you how to do it. Just, you know, just trust. So I just trusted
Very
him
religious
and
man.
just
That's
let
why he's
him,
so blessed.
lead the way, and
So blessed.
committed to her. And
I didn't realize your parents weren't married.
yeah, my parents weren't married. You know.
So that's a huge step to take, given that the situation from which you came, there's no kind
Insane.
I didn't know guidelines,
Yeah,
no nothing. My
Exactly.
dad is now married, and he's doing an awesome job, and I'm really proud of him.
You're at a place of honesty now with your parents. Can you sit down with your dad when you need to, when you need answers? Perhaps you're not sure why you're thinking certain things, or your
Yeah.
behavior isn't in line with your actual desires, what you want to be. Can you talk to your parents? Can you try to untangle that?
To be honest, I think there's levels of, you know, what I think our relationship is ready to handle at this moment, where they're at.
Not the
in
best
their journey
not the
with,
best parental relationship,
you know, their
obviously.
faith and where they're at with in their life and where I'm at. I just think, you know, just I want them to play a role in my life, and it's pretty simple. Just be my mom and dad. And I think it's just taken me a minute. I'm really in
That's
the
sweet.
process of doing that right now, so it's really
That's
kind
really
of still,
sweet.
you know, I'm still learning that, how to do all that.
And still learning how to trust people?
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, I think boundaries, to be honest, is like key. You know, understanding like
It's almost like therapy. It's almost like Zane Lowe's like a therapist, the way he unpacks people.
let them
So,
play that role and
respect
not
to Zane
give
Lowe.
them access to certain
or
parts of
just
my
listening
life.
and asking good questions.
It's something you have to do not only as for your own emotional well-being, but I think as a business leader as well. You know, and something I'm learning. I've made some mistakes over the past year or two. Just Scooter's over there probably laughing. Just I do try. I have a problem with trust, but then there's areas of like I do trust people a little too much sometimes.
And judgments?
Sometimes I'm just working through, just kind of trying to figure out all that sort of stuff.
People who take advantage? Do you feel like people have taken advantage of you in the past?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, people take advantage, of course, but just kind of trying to figure out how to navigate being married. I'm friggin' married now, and I got the best wife in the world. She supports me through so much. I'm really honored to be her husband, and I just
Really? You've made a whole album about it.
yeah. And there's more to come. I mean, I want to continue to
Salute
write
to your
about
wife,
what
bro.
it looks like to be. It's
You're
like,
equal,
you know,
the
this is
other
an
half.
album I wrote in the first year of our marriage, you know, so it's like it's so fresh, and there's so much more to learn about commitment and, you know, building trust and foundation. I'm looking forward to
He's in a good
build and
headspace,
make
clearly.
music that's going to reflect that.
That's what's great about Changes. It's a honeymoon record.
Yeah.
It's a honeymoon record.
Yeah.
Love
exactly.
that. Great way to put it.
It would be sort of
Nice.
disingenuine to
Very
start
nice.
diving deeper into that situation when you were just
Exactly.
learning about it in the beginning
Exactly.
stages.
Yeah, so I think I'm excited about this, but I'm just like, there's so much more, there's so much deeper levels I'm excited to go to, which is fun. You know, it gives me something to look forward to. I think in the past I was so caught up in all of like the bad things in my life that I wasn't able to really take a second and really appreciate all the little things. But yeah, I'm excited. It's gonna be good.
I asked a question about when you sort of felt the fire to want to make music again, because it's something that I know you're 100% committed to. So when did you know you wanted to get in the studio and feel inspired?
I think, again, I was like dealing with a lot of fear, a lot of like, just was afraid of like, at that point, just even the process. What am I gonna talk about again? And, you know, is it gonna be received? You know, I'm starting to compare with other artists. And I think when I went on stage with Ariana Grande, you know, I seen the reaction of how people reacted when I went on the stage. It was like, okay, it gave me kind of like a boost of confidence and reminded me, because it'd been so long since I'd been on stage, just kind of reminded me this is what I do. This is what I'm good at. And I don't need to run away from it. I was like, I was running away.
You're a performer, Biebs. That's what you do. You perform.
Take that.
Give people what they
when
want.
Something's hard, it's almost like we need to run towards the pain and run towards the hurt rather than run away from it. And I think you get kind of healing when it comes to that.
It was a great moment when you came face to face, or not really, because I think you were wearing a mask, but you came face to face with Billie Eilish, who, in her own way, albeit in a different era, dealing with this very, very public explosion of success and of attention.
That too.
And like, by the way, like even more now, like
it was so quick. Yeah, she's crazy. She's a superstar,
right? So you're there and you see her and you see the way she's reacting to you.
And she used to be a believer, bro.
It's insane how the world works. I've never had a chance to ask you that, because I know what was going through her mind, because I've never had a chance to ask her that.
Billie Eilish was a Bieber fan,
man.
And she blew up. It's insane.
What was going through your mind when you saw that kind of reaction, and also now in the knowledge that you were just coming out of that space yourself?
I wanted to protect the moment. You know, I don't know how many opportunities I'm going to get. You know, we never know how many opportunities we're going to get with anybody. I mean, I'm tearing up thinking about it, just with the Kobe situation, you know. Just never know. And so
Yeah, 10 minutes is good.
Alright, cool.
Is it cool if we take separate cars?
Yeah.
Alright, cool.
If you want, you can park at, what's it called? Park at the church, and I'm gonna get Simon's handicap pass. I'll pick you up from the church and then drive to the rec center.
Nice, yeah, that sounds good.
Alright.
Of attention.
that too.
And like,
she's crazy. She's a
superstar, right? So because I've never had a chance to ask you that, because I know what was going through her mind, because I've never had a chance to ask her that, and it's pretty clear in the video what's going through her mind. She do that when you see.
She's crazy. She's a
superstar, right? So you're there and you see her and you see the way she's reacting to you, and I wonder what was going through your mind, because I've never had a chance to ask you that, because I know what was going through her mind, because I've never had a chance to ask her that, and it's pretty clear in the video what's going through her mind. She can't even. What was going through your mind when you saw that kind of reaction, and also now in the knowledge that you were just coming out of that space yourself?
I wanted to protect the moment. You know, I don't know how many opportunities I'm going to get. You know, we never know how many opportunities we're going to get with anybody. I mean, I'm tearing up thinking about it, just with the Kobe situation, you know.
Shout out Kobe, R.I.P., the GOAT.
Just never know. And so I just wanted to be a good example, you know, and
Did you feel protective of her?
Yeah, I definitely feel protective of her. It was hard for me being that young and being in the industry and not knowing where to turn, and everyone, you know, telling me they love me, and
bro, this is deep. This is so heavy.
Turn their back on you in a second. So yeah, it's hard, because I want her to, know that, you know, she can count on me. But at the end of the day, I'm never going to force myself to be in a relationship with her. It has to be natural, right? So I just kind of, you know, let her do her thing. And if she ever needs me, I'm going to be here for her. But yeah, just protecting those moments, because people take for granted encounters. And
He's affected by the Kobe loss too, bro. Look at him. He's wearing the jersey. He's talking about it. He's crying over it.
So yeah, I just want to protect her. You know, I don't want her to lose it. I don't want her to, you know, go through anything I went through. I don't wish that upon anybody. So yeah, if she ever needs me, I'm just a call away.
Do you realize how important your story is? And the fact that you're sitting here today telling it, man, I mean, I have to say thank you.
Boom.
Because it's someone who's really, every time I have a conversation with someone
saying,
who's been
a lot
through
of
this
knowledge
unique
in this
type of
guy.
experience,
For real.
I'm searching for some kind of truth that can help, right? The fact you're sitting here today and being so honest and open is really important. And I just want to share that with you, man. It's like, you're right, this isn't an interview. This is an opportunity for you to help others.
Yeah.
And that's got to give you purpose, even beyond the making of music, or to know that.
I'm not thinking about anything but being present in this interview with you, you know. That's it. That's what we got right now.
That's what we got.
And we got a story to tell. And we got, either we're going to be here and we're going to be authentic and honest and real, or we're going to bullshit. And I've done that for years, and I'm over
it must have been
exhausting.
exhausting.
It's exhausting. I mean, it really is. And so I commend you for going there and asking the tough questions and the things that people don't want to talk about, and they don't want to go there because it's revealing and it's hard. But you know, these are the conversations that are going to bring change and bring, you know, a level of consciousness to people that can say, I need to really take a look at myself. Where am I at? And you know, if Justin's able to be vulnerable where he's at, then, you know, I can do the same thing.
Bro, he's using his platform for good.
Putting me on a pedestal.
This is what we need.
I didn't ask for that.
2020.
You know, I love making music, but you know, there's a lot of people that love making music, and they're not in the position that I am. So, you know, a lot of that is not, you know, I can't say that I put myself in this position. I'm just trying to steward that wisely, steward my relationships wisely. I want people to take a look at my story and just hopefully, you know, my words can make a difference.
What a great send-off to part 2. Last 15 minutes of the interview is going to be in part 3. Appreciate you guys. If you guys are sticking with me, rocking with me through this. Insane. A lot of inspiration, a lot of wisdom behind these words. 2020, the new Biebs. It's crazy how time flies when we watch this kid grow up to be the person that he is today. It's just beautiful, man. Insane.